Okay, let's start. Hello, everyone. My name is Damira, and today it is our informal session about called Tea with Peer Advisor. And today our guests will talk about the difficulties and challenges they faced during their first year at Nazarbayev University, and talk about how they overcame these difficulties. So please welcome our first guest, Tolkan.
Hello, dear students and participants. Hello, my name is Tolkan Orazbay. First of all, I want to ask, is the noise okay? Background? Do you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Thank you. So wait a minute, I will share my presentation. So do you see my presentation? Is that okay for you to see?
Yes.
I don't hear you. Please, can you affirm, say that it is clear for you?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, let me start. My name is Tolkan Orazbay, and in this short presentation, I will explain my freshman experience. My name is Tolkan Orazbay, and let's start. So our presentation plan would be first we'll discuss academic part, then we'll discuss some extracurricular part, and I will discuss some my personal life, and then I will discuss about first directions that I did after first year. Let me start introduce. I'm third year chemical and materials engineering student. I'm currently vice president at Nazarbayev University American Institute of Chemical Engineers student chapter. I'm new web member. I was invited as Green Campus grant holder with my team. I was I was a research assistant during my second year, and I'm just ambivert and just open person for any discussion. I'm sorry. Okay, so first of all, let's discuss academic life. Personally, I was academically prepared for the first year, and it was not so much stressful for me. And because it was offline education at that time, it was really impressive time when I got so many opportunities, I got so many insights, and it was wonderful time. But I will just give a map on this. When I went to the first year, I was sure about my major. I was like totally sure that I will go to chemical and materials engineering. Why I choose this major is this because I was inclined to technical specialties. Like I was good at physics, math, chemistry, but at physics not so good. But it was okay just for the start because in our university we take phys 161 and 162 courses, which are a good start if you don't know about physics, or we have math courses which are so designed so that if you have some problems with your knowledge and experience, they will sure help you to understand basic concepts. Then the second reason why I chose this major is that I was so obsessed with sustainability. I had big dream about ecology, how to solve them, to have concise life when we have better life conditions. We have like clean water, clean air we breathe, and we have so peace in life. So I just totally was dreaming about it, and I know that my strengths are about technical specialties. So it was wonderful for me to choose chemical materials engineering. Also, in my region, I was born in Natro. We have industries where we have ecological problems. So I wanted to resolve them. And about third reason is that um, uh, engineering, yes, like I'm not science person. I love applications, how to design it, how to make it with your hands, how to make costs, how to construct them like a Lego, or to critically think about this. But I don't really like about abstract things when we just found new ways of synthesizing like this. Not, I was really interested in just using this knowledge and implementing in real life. So for these three reasons, I chose this major. And um, I don't, I applied for direct method. Like I didn't study it foundation year. I started from scratch from the first year. And uh, but I was lucky that I knew what I wanted to do. But some situations, freshmen don't know for sure, is this their specialty? So for my advice is just try to uh, try any spheres that you might be interested in, and just go with that. You can explore yourself, and it would be helpful. But to accelerate it, it's just a long process. I really know, because I was start thinking about this in school time, and I just asked everyone. I googled it. I tried uh, every possibilities, any opportunities. I took it, and in the end, I just chose this major. So if you have some questions, you can ask me about this major. I can help you to like with what courses we study, what skills are needful in this sphere, what are opportunities. For example, some people go in chemical engineering just to go to oil industry, but there are lot of pathways. For example, some people dream about cosmetics, or some uh, are interested in pharmaceutical sphere, or about ecology, or about just processes and industries of everything, like from bottle of your lovely food, or just to from this to products like your ceramics, or your materials, or your favorite things like books, or etc. So this is our process, and chemical engineering is so special. It has so broad and sphere. It learns a lot of about industry, how this process work, and for this reason, about its broadening, its applicability in any sphere. So I choose this. Yep. Second, um, academic insights. In this engineering specialty, I was like taking courses like any other engineer, from thermodynamics. In the first year, it was about calculus, rhetorics, or some Kazakh language courses, history, and Engsto and 100 course. It's about engineering and programming, and 101 courses. So during this process, I had so many academic insights. So first is friends are my friends, my support. They are really your support. Without your friends, you don't pass the course, but not because they will just give some your guide or something like this. You can ask your help, like they can explain you or they can motivate you. It makes sometimes even healthy competition among them, or they just mentally your support. Yep. It's very interesting and funny to do with them, like homeworks, group projects, and if you're ambivert or extrovert, it is really, really nice thing. But if you like, you're not so talkative, you don't like parties or something like this. But anyways, 1, 2, or 3 friends, it's must have. Like you can share your thoughts, your worries, or your insights. What about what you learned during this course, and just share this good time with them. And it's about memories too. Second, don't compare yourself. We know that during the first year, we are jealous about people who are taking like top 100 places, or they have 4.40 GPA, or they launching rockets in the NASA, or they doing some business and etc. Just don't compare yourself, because our pathway is so special, individual, and if you are good at academia, you can go academia. Every field is okay. Like you can find your place under the sun. Just compare yourself like in the past. And third, don't be afraid of, just try. We know that it can be another thing that I can like apart from chemical engineering. I was looking for like, do I go to academia or industry or business? So just take these positions, take in these spheres, and just try. Fourth is about keep your motivation. We know that it is hard to study every week productively, and but it's important because your knowledge is so fundamental, because in university we study some basic things, and it will be very useful when we go to the real life. So it's not important to have 100 point, but taking your, like it said, it is better to be prepared for 50% than never be prepared for the like seminar with ethics or some or rhetorics classes and etc. So just get rest of it, scan and scheme, be somehow prepared, do what you are capable of, and track and keep your motivation. So about productivity, it's really individual. For me, for example, I love study in the morning or in the evening. Some people like study 2 or 5 hours a day, or some people just prefer study once deeply in a week, and then just get relaxed and do these things. For me, it is about small things. Like I love to for example, I can read something in Mondays and continue it in Wednesday and finish it in Friday. But sometimes when you are not interested in course, you are procrastinating and doing things when you have deadline for about 1 day left. It's okay too. But it's important to not lose your points, because it says like it's better to have safe GPA so that you can graduate successfully, or even graduate sometimes if you are engineer. Like I was happy that I finished my first courses with high GPA, and I'm really sure and really confident that if I will just suffer from one courses which really hard, I can surely say that it will be okay, because really in third years and fourth years your courses become more and more stressful, and you know that your GPA is okay, and you just study at your probable capacity, and saying that you will graduate okay, like this. And next thing, so basically ask advice. Yes, if you're a freshman, it's very crucial to ask your classmates, your professors, your from people who are experienced, who are in second, third, fourth year, because they know really many things. They have experience and they are happy to share. Even they are not happy, you don't lose anything. Like be like really don't just be afraid of it, because it really makes your life easier. For example, I had my friends from third year, fourth year students right now. They're Ahmed, Arslan. We were in one student chapter, and they were happy to share this. And it really was helpful for me to pass courses in third year. And in freshman year, I was really like, I even don't know how to like find some groceries or shops, and these basic things you can find it in bathroom. You can just type it and ask, but it's important to Google. Yes, seventh, my advice about academic, it's important to Google. Like first to ask when you are wanting to ask something, it's important to research it on oneself. Like you can search in engine, in bathroom, or in some special platforms. Even for example, some people ask me like, how do you know about research? And if you just type like in Google research at Nazarbayev University, we have like very representative website on how many professors are doing there. We have research point new edu point new KZ website, which have some papers. You can just explore them, and yeah, it's important to Google. And eighth point, just don't just study, because life is not about only study. You should develop your social skills. Your interests must be addressed. You may have some ambitions, like to learn some new languages, or have new business, or it's important to think like out of box. Because when you finish, you should have some memories, you should have some experience stories that will be enough to go forward. Extracurriculars. When I was first year student, I was so unconfident person, because for me this university was so big, and I had so many like troubles. Like I'm direct student, I don't have any friends, and what to do. I just was in the elevator and was looking for a person. Like I was seeing this person and just reading him. He was lost too, and I asked, "You are direct?" you're a direct student? And he replies, yes, I'm direct too. And I just, oh my God, I'm feeling this, or it's slow. It's so nice and cute, because it's important just to ask, just be introduced to someone, and have contacts, have friends, and don't be afraid of it. You can join in many clubs there. I was in first in new theaters and in children development fund, and at the end of my first year, I was joining in new IKEA student chapter. In new theater, I learned so many techniques about public speaking. We had a trainer, and he trained us how to be on the stage, how to control your voice, how to communicate, how to use your emotions, and how to pronounce some words. And it was really useful for me to strengthen my will, to develop my potential, to not be afraid of it. And I really, in the end, I was acting, and it was so wonderful. It was fabulous, because in front of me was 100 people, and I was showing some spectacle, uh, and got so big experience about it. In Children Development Fund, I was volunteering. I was teaching some students from large families to teach them math and physics. It was important for me because I didn't volunteer at all at that time. I just was curious. Am I a person who like teaching or mentoring people? And at the end, I just found that I really love working with children, because it takes some empathy from you, and you just guiding them. You see their results, and it was for me really enjoyable. But uh, volunteering was not enough for me, because you cannot work always for without payment. It's your labor, and it has some duration. So I stopped working in Children Development Fund for about after 7 months, and joined new IKIS student chapter. What is this club? This is professional club. Um, it's a like global home of chemical engineers. Like how to say? I was curious about my major. Yes, I didn't want to. Mm, mm, I really wanted to attend each seminars I were offering, be involved in organization, and to have CV portfolio too. Like it's important to have like your experience in organization, in management, and project development. So even I was just finishing first year, I was involved in the end of my freshman year to be joined in a new IKIS student chapter. This was like a dying student chapter. There were no any like progress. It was literally inactive club, but nevertheless, I wanted to give something spark for this club. And at that time was Arslan, our president, and there were so many new people who were intentionally, like with true intention to develop this sphere of our major. At that time, we launched a Telegram chat called Mike. You can join it. Then we were preparing so many really nice projects from. We were doing like internal pet projects when we organized like engineering we were people of engineering, so we teamed up, uh, then wanted to do pet projects there and for the develop of our club activity. About my, it will be not so long discussion because I don't want to share my personal life too much. But in short, it's important to have parties, to communicate, to have friends. Don't lose any opportunities because it will be really. It's like you're you were looking like for adventures, and I was happy that I attended Astana Ball at that time, or about pool parties, or some commencements, and it's really stress relief. It gives some stress relief. You think that life happening, and it's so important to have some relax too. Then what was then? I finished my freshman year, and what does then? I joined a new way club. I was like then. First of all, I was continuing my job at a new IK student chapter. I'm still working there, and even was currently taking position of vice president. Then, with my friends from new IK student chapter, we applied for Green Campus project, sustainability lab. It is called like this, and we just constructed like a pet project where we doing optimization with making system where we have planting. Yes, it's about planting. So it's about optimization and planting. And Green Campus was financed this project, and we worked during this year after about after spring of my second year. And I was joined in New York. We were doing their introduction to engineering program for girls, and we just got some really nice opportunities from social development fund and their trainings about on entrepreneurship, and it really gave me understanding of it, and I was just making some decision where I go after my third, fourth year. During my second year, I was doing also a write-up at a Green Energy Research Group, um, Green Energy Ecology Research Group, because before going to entrepreneurship part, I was looking for the question, for the answer to the question, am I good at academia? Then I just tried to be at there. I worked there from January of this year then until October of this year, and really had deep experience in environmental science, and just understood that it is not my field. But I'm just going with the third part of my life, like currently. So I like doing financial statements, budgeting, doing some projects and management. So for this reason, I'm going through this part of pathway. Also, it's important to note for me, like I love his quote on about dots. You can connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Just try anything you are interested in. I was learning French in my first year, and I'm like thinking about this in third year, and I'm just like, oh, I can go and master in France if I have some knowledge on with this language, or I was doing some projects in my school on looking for concentrations of heavy metals in water bodies. And when I was applying to the arrayship at GRG, they were like fascinated that I had some experience with this, that I did some analysis of special and seasonal, and it was really like how say wonderful, wondering like I did this and I found application nowadays. So just do what you like, and somehow dots will be connected in the future. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. If you have some questions, you can ask me.
Thank you very much, Tolkien, for your very interesting speech. And students, you can write your questions in the chat as well. Okay, now we will proceed to our next guest. Daria, please, you're welcome. Thank you, Tolkien.
Thank you too.
Okay, hello, can you give me some rights to share screen, I guess? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Hello, everyone. My name is Daria Taratina, and but usually people call me Dasha, so don't call me Daria, please. Call me Dasha, and I'm happy to be here and share advice with you. But before, let me introduce myself. Some facts about me. I am Academic Advising Office Calculus 1 peer tutor. I was peer tutor at Spring 21 and Fall 21. I'm still Calculus 1 peer tutor. Also, I'm lead organizer at Tinsenai. Tinsenai is a global organization that promotes artificial intelligence between young people. So I'm person who organizes different hackathons here in Kazakhstan. Maybe you have heard about them, maybe not. But now you know who is doing all the stuff. Okay, also I'm research assistant. As I'm second year, my student, I can be official research assistant, but remember that you can always ask professor and find and show your initiative. So I asked one of my professors to give me exercises, to give me tasks, to give me some job, and I will work without salary. So yes, now I can call myself research assistant. Also, I'm SIAM and ACM Facts member, Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics, and also ACM Computing Machinery Club. And also, I'm runner and Spanish learner. I really like running. I mean, my dream is to run marathon. And I currently have Spanish at B1 level or maybe A2. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think B1. Okay, what we are going to talk about? We are going to talk about 4 common first-year student challenges. First one is feeling disconnected. Second one, academic expectations. Third one, comparing yourself to others. Fourth, something about time. And 5, we will discuss your questions if you have some. Okay, next. Okay, I was first-year student. I was direct first-year student. So I didn't have graduation at school. And I came to university, and it was feeling like I'm still studying in school, but on online mode. And to be honest, I didn't have a lot of friends at new, especially ones from a major. I had feeling that I'm alone at this university, and I don't have with whom I can talk. Also, most of the classes were asynchronous in asynchronous mode. It means that we don't have lecture in asynchronous mode. So I also didn't have opportunity to talk with professors directly during classes. What I did 3 steps to actually feel more connected with a new community. First one was entering, becoming a club member of such student clubs as ACM and SIAM. Okay. Um, Usually at these student clubs, you can find people with common interests, maybe with same goals, and you can find friends because usually at student clubs we have team buildings. Even if they are online, you can feel the sense of community and you can find friends. And you, for example, at ACM, I'm still at ACM, but previous year when I became member of ACM, we started to work on several projects together. So I found friends, and still now I'm in university, and still I have chance to talk with them. And when we are at library and when we are sitting at daily cup, we know each other and we can talk. We can go to shopping. We can just spend time together. So student clubs are a great opportunity for you to find new friends. Also, second step, which can help you are Telegram groups. Usually in Telegram we have groups for each course. Here you can find study buddy or you can just find friends. For example, I took linguistics course at Spring, Introduction to Linguistics and Communication. And here at lectures, only 2 people had turned on cameras. One, first my friend, but she's my friend now. Then we didn't know each other, and I. So we knew how we look like in life, but we didn't talk. And now when we are at university, it happens that we live in one floor, and we both go to library. And when we see each other, we are so happy because when she saw me, she said, "You are Dasha. We took linguistic class together, so let's be friends." So I guess even Telegram groups can help you to find the friends, to find someone whom you can do common interest things. For example, do homework, I don't know, do sport, just talk with someone. And third one is office hours and emails. Okay, during offline, as far as I know, many students try to connect with professors. They came to office hours and talks about professors' life, their way, just general things. They ask advice. But on online mode, as you have noticed, I guess, it's kind of hard. So here, my advice is to ask questions during office hours or write letters. You can ask questions not only about course material, you can also ask about their path in academia, for example, or how they are, or what they're doing here in Kazakhstan. You can just ask more general questions. So during my first year, I communicated with professors in office hours and write them a lot of letters. Some professors ignored me or answered in a month, but most of them answered like, thank you for your interest. We really like to talk with our students, not only about course material. So yes, it's a great opportunity that you can ask professors not only about academic, not only about course materials. Here is one more point. When you are at student clubs and you organize events, you can talk with professors, so it can help you in future. This is important because if you plan to do master degree or PhD, you will need recommendation letters. And also some professors can help you to find master program, or they can help you to find conferences, internships, of course, if you have good relationships with them. So if you have such opportunity to talk with professors and to connect with them, use this opportunity. Even if you are afraid, just try to write one or two letters, and you will see that professors really wait for such letters and they are glad to talk with you, not about course. Okay, next one is academic expectations. You know, at school, for many of us, A plus, A minus was enough, and we expected to be so successful also at university with our undergraduate courses. But you know, we do have more difficult courses, and to be honest, even if you have perfect time management, you will have to sacrifice something to have GPA 4.0. So it's quite important to prioritize your major course over non-major. My major is math, and I spent more time not to solve, but to understand some concepts, some material of my major courses. Of course, I do want to have A on my major courses as linguistics, rhetorics, history, but I don't need it. I don't need it neither for my master PhD or for my future job. So my advice here, don't criticize yourself for not getting A. All grades are good, even C+, if you understand your mistakes and work on them. I mean, in university, grades are not important. What is important are your knowledge and how you can use them in your life, because usually we try to get A or A minus on course, but at next semester you figure out that you actually don't remember material and you can't use it in your further courses. So to avoid such situations, you should spend some time on really understanding courses which are important for your major, which are important for you, not for your transcript, not for grade, but for you, for your experience. Okay, next point is comparing yourself to others. There is another side of being sociable, being a member of student clubs. You probably start to compare yourself to others, especially if they have same reference point as you. For example, they're from same country, same school, they have some same interests, same experience, and so on. You start compare. And to be honest, when I came to ACM, everyone were so inspired. They applied to internships in Google, in Bloomberg, and they had many technical skills. I compared myself to others, and I started to work hard. I was programming for evenings. Yes, I'm math major, and I was programming for evenings because I was at ACM club and everyone were so great. So I programmed a lot, but I understood that it is not what I want, and I don't like code. I spent 2 or 3 months on coding, just wasting my time because I compared myself to other students. So yes, now I devote my free time to math. I try to solve problems, interesting problems, learn what really interests me, including my research fields and some more advanced courses. Also, remember that we are not a school. At school, had I had 120 people in one class, but at university, everyone has different reference points. We all have different goals and we all have different interests. My advice here is try to figure out what is important for you. You can find different techniques in internet, or you may even go to psychologists to ask advice, or you can spend some time on self-reflection, stay alone, analyze your progress, analyze your life, analyze subjects which you like and which you don't like. Just analyze your life, all spheres of your life. I mean, your private life, your education, your sport life. Maybe even if you have work, do you like it or you don't like? You should have high level of self-reflection to find business which you like to do, to find something which will inspire you, and to stop compare yourself to others. Self-reflection is good point. Okay, next is about time. Here, I think you know different advice and techniques. I prefer block management. You can read about it in internet. I try to do everything at the morning. I plan my workout, and even I plan time to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, have time for sport and communication with other people. At winter break, I have read How to Become a Straight A Student. It actually changed the way of how I studied before and how I planned my time. So I highly recommend you to read this book. And in spring 21, I was it was much easier to learn, to study, to get high grades, to really understand material, to really understand what's going on in each course than in fall 20. Also, I want to say that university is just way to get experience, to get knowledge at different fields. So I'm trying to back to my point of self-reflection. You should sit down and really understand why you study at this major, which skills you need for future, and which skills you don't need for future. And maybe you know about metrics. I'm not sure who this metrics is, but you can divide one paper to 4 quadrants. Write important and some important things which have to be done on time. Not important things, but they have to be done on time. Not important things and things that don't have to be done on time, and things which are important but don't have to be done on time. But okay, I guess you got the concept. So you should try to prioritize things. You should try to prioritize courses, grades, and maybe even your interest, because I really like to do different things. I like teaching. I also private tutor. I like teaching. I like organizing. I really like social club. I really like student clubs. I really like to devote my time to sport, to running, but I also like math. And you can combine all the things and have a balanced life unless you know what you love to do more and what you should do more. For example, I can go to gym every day, but I know that for me it is important to do math every day. Yes, and also when you are choosing courses, mathematics is kind of flexible major. I'm not sure about others, but when you're a math student, you have opportunity to take different electives, different technical electives, general social electives. Even if you are first or second year student, you can take more advanced electives if you want to know more in this field. That's a way of how you can kind of understand, do you like this field or no? I'm a student, I'm doing research, so I'm trying to go to more academia, but I also like artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's not about programming at all. It's quite different concept. It includes quite different concepts. So at my second year at fall, I took robotics 207 machine learning based applications, and everyone said me that it will be hard, it will be difficult, you will not get A or even A minus or B plus at this course because you don't have a good background, or you just will not have some time, you will not devote your time to this subject. But I reflected on them, and I just thought, okay, I want to know more about machine learning. I want to know mathematics part of machine learning. I want to know how I can apply my knowledge. So even if this course is for fourth and third year students, why I can take it in the second year if I'm interested? And I took it. And this is the best course which I have ever taken for this 1.5 years. Don't be afraid of difficulties. We should have difficulties. We also should have difficult choice in our life. We should. It just should happen. You should overcome. You should learn how to overcome these difficulties, these challenges. Because life will not be so interesting without them. Okay, now I actually have Q&A section, because I think that previous speakers from previous weeks and previous speaker also told enough about time management and about all these techniques, how to be a successful student. I just shared with difficulties from my first year and how I cope with them. So if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. Oh, okay. Only now I noticed about background noises. Oops, I'm sorry. I hope you heard me well. Okay. Maybe someone have any questions? Has any questions? Okay. If you don't have any questions, you can actually write me to Telegram or Instagram. If you have any questions or you just want to meet and have coffee, you can write me. Here's my Telegram and here's my Instagram. So contact me if you have any questions, maybe about major, about anything. Have you visited the office of psychologist? Yes, because I compared myself to others, and it was really difficult for me psychologically, and I also procrastinated a lot. I just thought I have a lot of things to do, what I should do, and I just slept. And then I wake up, and this repeats, and this always repeated. And I decided to go to psychologist office. My psychologist is Damira. Sometimes we discuss my studies, my stress, my way of how I relax. It's not about like I do have family problems or have problems with friends, so I want to discuss with them. You also can do it. But if you have stress or you don't have anyone with whom you can talk about some topics, maybe you don't just know how you can cope with stress or how you can relax, how you can just do self-reflection, you always can go to office of psychologist. Yes, it's quite good practice. I think I know that in Russia, in Kazakhstan, and in other such countries, there is stereotype that only psychos go to psychologists, but no, many successful people go to psychologists because psychologists are good people. They can give you some techniques. They can just help you if you have stress or troubles. So yes, and they understand new communities. They understand workload. For example, of course, I could talk with my mother, but she's my mother and she doesn't know how hard it is to learn to study at new. But psychologists don't know, so he or she can help. Okay. Any other questions? Also, Damira also was peer tutor of Calculus 1, and Calculus 1 peer tutoring was really successful at Spring. And actually, I did it for myself because I like teaching. But yesterday I had birthday, and I went to my friend here at dorm, and I met one girl, and she said, "Daria, you were my peer tutor of Calculus 1 at Spring," and she hugged me, and I said, "How this is cute." So I mean, even such activities like tutoring can help you to socialize, to find someone who knows you, with whom you can talk, with whom you can have coffee, for example. Okay, before at home, I did all concepts. Like I wrote everything. For example, for physics 1, I hate the subject, but I wrote some formulas. I wrote some rules. I solved a lot of exercises, a lot of problems, but I still felt like I don't know some concepts. Like I know, but at the same time I don't know. It's something like when you read, you think that you understood concept, but when you're trying to apply it, you start to figure out that you don't. So after reading this book, one of advice was not to write plain text, but to write questions. So when I took history of Kazakhstan, we had a lot of sources, a lot of lectures, but I didn't write any facts. It wasn't like Genghis Khan was da 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 da, but I wrote questions to material. Like I listened and I understood, this is important point, and I wrote question. So my concept was actually a number consisted actually of number of questions to material. And in math courses, in technical courses, I started to to solve some problems in my main textbook, but I also wrote down some problems to another textbook. It's kind of when you have one textbook for all your problems and one textbook only for some specific kind of problems. You know that usually at midterms or at finals, professors try to test your abilities to apply some concept. So when I saw that this problem is interesting, and here is one or several concepts which can be useful, which can be tested by professors at final or at midterm, I wrote down this problem to another textbook. Only problem, no answer, no solution. And before midterms and finals, I didn't read all my problems and solutions because it doesn't help. It isn't helpful. But I read my textbook with different specific problems and I tried to solve them. It helped me during my linear algebra class, during calculus 2 class, actually at most of technical classes. Also about questions to materials at humanities classes, I had linguistics, and linguistics is really hard science. There are a lot of different features, a lot of different moments, little moments. So I tried to ask questions to every moment, which could be important. It helped me actually to get good grade at linguistics class. So yes, just this book gives you way how you can study more smarter, and there are unusual advices. There are also different techniques of how you can plan your time and different stories of successful students from such universities as Cambridge, Oxford, and these students have high GPA, I mean 3.9 or 4, and they also social active. Now, of course, I started to do mistakes in my studies. I mean, I don't have proper sleep and so on. So at this winter break, I will reread this book definitely, and I guess I will change something in my studies again. Also, one of the advices was about office hours, and in my linguistics class, I always participated in office hours. I always asked questions, so it helped me a lot. I mean, office hours are underestimated. You should try to participate in them. You should try to schedule maybe some office hours, individual office hours with your professor if it is possible. Because they can explain not only about one problem, not only about one problem, they can give more information, just general about topic. So it can be helpful. Also, they know what is important in course material, what they are likely to include in midterms or in finals. So you can ask, is that important or not? Should I know that or not? And they will just answer you, and studies will be much easier. Okay, any other questions? Okay.
So thank you very much for your very interesting speech and your personal experience, for sharing it. And also thank you for coming, students. And now we can finish the session, and I wish you all good luck in your final exams. Thank you.